Today we're talking about my journey from loser to hero, loser to now getting with beautiful women. What all transpired? How did I go from a guy? So let's get into the story, all right? And before I get into the story, let me give you guys the invite link so you guys can click and join. Click and join to come and ask your questions. Click and join to come and ask your questions. 1 second. And I'm gonna tell you guys a story. I'm gonna tell you guys how I got here, how you met me, how all of this started happening. All right. 1 second. Look in the chat, guys. That's the link to come join the stream and come ask whatever questions you got. I'm only taking the first 20 dudes. So if you don't make it, if you don't join the stream, that's on you. Okay. All right. So how did I go from loser to now getting with beautiful women? So guys, everything started for me. I will say in college. In high school, I was kind of like dumbfounded. I didn't really have an idea what was going on. I was very much a simp. High school, I was kind of hoping and praying for a girlfriend. And I was an athlete. I was athletic, but I actually bounced around from several high schools. Went to 3 different high schools, guys. Was it 3 or 4? I think I went to like 4 different high schools. Was it 3 or 4? I went to here. I think I went to 4 different high schools before I finally found a place that I liked. That's why I'm such a big fan of going to where you're loved and not where you're tolerated. Well, I bounced around some public schools. And like I was the immigrant with a weird accent. You know, girls were kind of avoiding me. Didn't really have any shot with girls. I was really, really skinny. I was trying to be into sports. And yeah, it just didn't work. It didn't work. I wasn't getting nothing. I remember the first ever girl I ever got with in high school. She was this fat chick. She was the only one that gave me some play. And I was so ashamed, guys. I've never told this story before. I'm telling it to y'all now. This is my journey. This is my journey. The first ever girl I lost my virginity to, guys, was this fat chick in high school. I remember this girl. She was the only one giving me some play. My teammates were so embarrassed. I was playing football. My team, I remember it like clear as day. One of my teammates was like, bro, you can't be fucking with her, bro. I was a skinny dude. Didn't get no ass. This fat chick was the only girl that was giving me some play. I was so embarrassed to be seen with her. Like it was so embarrassing. I didn't want to go nowhere with this chick. I was ashamed to be with this kind of girl. And I wasn't a fat dude, but like I was on a football team. I wasn't a starter. So I was like a bench warmer, and then the only girl I was getting was a fat chick. So you could take an image of what my life was like with women starting off. Was a nobody, didn't have anything. All right. And yeah, then I finally went to a private school. So my senior year, I bounced around, and I went to a private school because I just didn't like the environment. I'm somebody that's so big on the environment. And the public school I was at, the last public school I was at, I just didn't like the environment. And I went to this private school. You guys didn't know, like my family is super big into the church. So I'm telling you guys all the truth today. I'm giving you guys a real spiel, right? This is me. This is FITXFEARLESS, who I really am. Only you motherfuckers are gonna hear this story. So my family is super into the church. My aunt is like a nun. Like I grew up in the church, and I've been affiliated with the church for a while. And then like my priest kind of got me into this private school, and I loved that private school. I only went there for 1 year, but it was in that environment that I realized several things about myself. One thing I realized was, like I didn't realize that I was good at track. I didn't realize that I was good at track. I had been playing football all these years, and I thought I was bad. I played cornerback in football, and they had a nickname for me, guys. I swear to God, this is my origin story. I'm explaining to you guys, right? I was so bad in football that my high school nickname was Toast. They called me Toast. You know why? Toast. They called me Toast, guys, because I used to always get burnt playing cornerback. Crazy, right? I go to a private school, didn't even really fucking know what I was good at. And I ended up breaking my school record in 400 meters. I was legitimately fast. I ended up 1 year at that fucking private school, and I got 6 scholarship offers. But in football, I fucking sucked. I didn't even know I was good. I was running the wrong way. So it's funny, that story, right? Because in high school, they called me Toast because I was playing running back, because I was going the opposite way than where I was good. If I was ever moving forward, where would I have been? It was like, that shit is fucking crazy to me. Went 1 year to a school, broke the school record in 400 meters, high school record, got 6 scholarship offers. Several D1 schools offered me full scholarship to come run track at this school. I picked the school that was closest to me, that gave me more opportunities. But I had a gift. I had something good that I was good at that I didn't realize till I was put in the right environment. Me in the wrong environment, I thought I was horrible at sports, slow. I literally got a nickname named Toast. Then I go to a different school, and I'm the speedster, breaking school records, getting scholarships. All right. So you see the difference in like environment. And then I also realized that what I was being made fun of in those public schools was an actual plus. So in those public schools, in those environments, they used to make fun of me for being an immigrant. Right. They used to make fun of me of being like, they used to make fun of me of, oh, this the African boy, this the African boy. I went to the private school, and like they loved the fact that I was an immigrant. I was like, what the fuck? So you mean to tell me I go from this environment to this environment, and I go from slow Toast to now collegiate athlete potential to being cool because I'm unbelievable. This is how your surroundings can make you into who you are, right? So I owe my fucking life, to that priest, the church in that respect, my mom for keep believing in me. Finally went to a private school, because I'm very, very picky. I cannot be in a place I don't like. And this kind of makes a lot of sense to why I started doing YouTube, because I've never been the person that was okay with just being okay. I didn't like being in a position where I didn't feel like I was reaching my potential. How the fuck did you get burnt, but it's fast? Because I was playing the wrong position, bro. I never played football in my life. Now let me give you guys a backstory. All right. Being an immigrant, I didn't play college. I didn't play any football. I just tried out for sports. Right. And they put me at any random position. They put me at cornerback. But I didn't really know that I was actually gifted in sprinting. And it wasn't until I went to a different school. So you take a person who doesn't understand the sport, you put me in a random position and tell me to run backwards. I've never done it before. Of course I was slow. Of course I was put in a position where I wasn't using my gifts. But fast forward, I go to college now. I am now an athlete. I am running track, right, in college. Okay. And this is another thing. I turned down several D1 schools, several D1 smaller schools that offered me full scholarship to go to a school where I could pursue my engineering degree. The school I picked was closer to me, and they had the best engineering program in the state. They offered me a walk-on. So I turned down full scholarships to go for a walk-on. You can imagine how much that pissed my mom off. All right. all this fucking work we're doing, this motherfucker is going to still go back to a school that doesn't. So anyway, I get to the school. I'm on a walk-on. I'm on a walk-on scholarship at the college running track, and I'm studying engineering because I wanted to, because, you know, I'm like, when I went to that private school, I started to be around money. I was like, okay, I started to be around people who had better, who wanted better for themselves. So I got friends with some guys that wanted to be engineers. Me being put in that environment, I finally decided, okay, I want to actually be something in life. Does that make sense? And then I went to the private school. Then I went to the college. I started studying engineering. I wanted to get a degree, good degree, because I wanted to make good money. I was also studying, I was also running track at the same time. That was the hardest shit in my life. All right. That was the hardest shit in my life. I don't think anything has been more difficult since up to this point in my life than running track and trying to pursue an engineering degree at the fucking same time. The shit, it was fucking almost impossible. It was so hard that I was a fucking average student and I was an average athlete at the same time because I was so focused. I was trying to do two things that required so much effort, and I ended up being average in both. My sophomore year of college, running track, I started to get better. And they finally offered me a full scholarship to run track. And when they offered me a full scholarship, I had already made the decision that I wasn't going to come back because it was just so hard with engineering. So I had done all this sacrifice, been playing sports, went to this college, came on as a walk-on, right? They didn't offer me a full scholarship yet. When I proved my value on the team, they finally offered me a full scholarship going into my junior year. And that's when I declined it because I wanted to get an engineering degree. I wasn't great, but I was okay enough at the college for them to find me as valuable. My freshman year, our relay team went to nationals. So like we had a really good relay team. We had a guy who was super fast. I was decent. I was the strong runner, but I kept getting hurt. So I didn't end up going to nationals, but we qualified. But anyway, this is like the journey of who I am and who I came to be. And then on the other side, along with the track that I was doing, the school aspect of it, I was trying to be really good at school. I was trying to get this degree. And I was the engineering environment doesn't allow you to be as social as possible. So if you're trying to study engineering, you got to study a lot. You in classes with people who are, let's just call it what it is, nerds. And I didn't build up any social skills because I was either trying to study or trying to run track. It was no in between. It wasn't until I stopped running track that I had a little bit more free time. And that's when I started really, really getting into game. That's when I wanted to really, really get good with women. When I stopped running track, I said, okay, I remember, right? I used to box with my teammate. I remember his name, Austin. I'm not gonna say his last name, but me and Austin were like, me and him were cool buddies. We kind of related to each other because he was also an engineer. This fucking dude was smart as hell. All right. But he was decent in track, but he was a lot smarter in school. Like he graduated electrical engineering, no problem. I was like struggling to get like C's. But me and him used to box on the side, and then we started like boxing as like actual workouts. And I kind of got good at boxing. And when I quit track, we had more time to do it. Cause he would still do track, but he was kind of like losing interest as well because we didn't really see a future in it. But that was my boy, man. That was my boy. We haven't talked in a bit, but anyway, he's still good. Anyway, so on the other side, right, when I started having more time to do things like boxing, I started really getting into, I want to get good with girls. Then I wanted to and I started reading books, right? And that's when I made my first trip. My first trip out of the country came when I went to this engineering, it's called NSBE. If you guys ever heard of NSBE, it's like the National Society of Black Engineers. They used to have these like summer camps where they would send like engineers that were in school to go coach students in math and science. And I did that. And it was cool. And this was where I met the girl who broke my heart at this little summer camp. Before then was when I met my college girlfriend when I was still running track that ended up cheating on me because I was broke because I was doing track and engineering at the same time. That's the one that cheated on me with the dude at Outback because I didn't have no time or money to give her experiences. All right. Anyway, so that has been my story. A little backtrack. When I was still doing track and I was in engineering, I met that college girlfriend. Right? I thought she was really pretty. We started dating. All we were doing was fucking because I was broke. I had no money. I was trying to get an engineering degree and be a track athlete. All right. She met a guy at Outback. I was bitching at her because she was bad at school, and then she ended up cheating on me with him. When I went to that engineering conference thing to train students, to train like pupils, that's when I met the girl that broke my heart. When I quit track, I'd already broken up with the first girlfriend. Me and her kind of was done. I wanted to get really good at girls. When I started to learn a lot about girls, and like I remember the first person I ever studied. The first person I ever studied in terms of game guys was this guy named Roosh V. Right? I used to be on his little Discord thing. I don't know if it was a Discord, but he had like this little platform where like it was different sections for different shit. And like I used to like read up on his stuff. I read his book Day Game. I read his book Day Game. I read his book Night Game. And that's why I got into it. And that's when I started like to really like talk to girls. When I went to that engineering thing, that's when I got a lot of practice. And that's when I met the girl that broke my heart at the engineering conference in Chicago. All right. So yeah, he had a forum. Roosh V. I don't know what he's doing now, but that's where I kind of like got into game. And then when I went to the engineering conference, I was practicing in Chicago, and then that girl, I thought I was ready. And then she got my ass, bro. She was pretty. We started having sex. This is a summer thing. And I knew that. But you know, she was like, oh, okay, we were kind of having fun. I should have known, bro. I should have fucking known. Not understanding women bites me in the ass once again. And I should have known. A girl on a summer vacation, obviously this fucking girl, once this shit is over, is gonna find an excuse to break this off. And I understood that when I was fucking with her. And that's why I was trying to like back off. But as I started to have more and more sex with her, feelings grew. And then when we were leaving, she was like, oh, let's see what this could be. Women, of course, indecisive, emotional. What was fun at the moment, she wanted to hold on to. And then the moment she went back to her fucking state, I guess she started fucking the dude she used to fuck. I remember she came to see me one time in my college. I went to go see her the one time. I go to go see her. This is where the thing broke up with the girl in I'm not gonna say the state, the girl with the conference. This chick, so she told me, hey, let's see if this is gonna work. I'm like, are you sure about this? She says, yeah, let's see if it's gonna work. Meanwhile, I didn't want to see if it was gonna work. Like in the beginning, I was like, okay, I understand this is just a conference. I'm not trying to get too attached. I understand we're just having fun. But as I kept sleeping with the girl, I started to like her. We started to do shit. It was so romantic to me because it was super spontaneous. And at the end of it, she was like, oh, let's see where this is going to go. So we tried the long distance thing. And this is why I remember, I tell you guys, do not ever fucking do long distance. It's a waste of fucking time. I get back to Louisiana. We keep in contact. We be talking every day. You know, okay, we can make this work, blah, 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 blah. I'm like a fucking idiot I was. And then we planned for her to come see me right in the beginning of the new school year. This was my junior year. She comes one time. I remember I drove from fucking Lafayette, Louisiana to New Orleans to go pick this girl up. Swear to God, guys, it's a true story. Picked this girl up from the airport, brought her back to Lafayette, fed her, you know, gave her a place to stay. She was in college too. And then we planned for me to go do the same thing where she lived. I'm not going to tell you guys the state Because I feel like you motherfuckers are FBI agents. Y'all gonna find a fucking girl. She goes back to her state. So we setting up a plan for me to come. Here come the problems now. I was like, damn. When you were coming to me, I tried to make things as simple as possible for you. When somebody's coming to visit you, you know, the good thing for you to do is to like make their stay as easygoing as possible. I went to go pick her up, make sure she didn't have to worry about a place to stay, et cetera, et cetera. When I planned to go see her, I paid for my plane ticket. And granted, she did pay for her plane ticket to come see me, but I was kind of expecting that like we would at least split an Airbnb. She gave me some slack about that. And I was like, afterwards, I was thinking, I was like, wait, hold up. I let you stay in my place for free. I come to you, I can travel all the way to your place, and you giving me some shit about splitting the Airbnb. And then it just was weird when I got there. She couldn't really do much. You know, she was like, oh, my parents are gonna be wondering where I am, et cetera, et cetera. I go back to Louisiana, bro. Swear to God, not even 2 weeks. She was like, oh, I need a break. I need to think about this stuff. My dumb ass. Within like 5 days of the break, I reached out to her, like jokingly. She doesn't fucking respond to me. And then after the week, she was like, she called me on FaceTime. I swear to God, guys, I remember this shit. I swear to God, bro. This girl, I was studying for my fucking, I remember this course. This is my junior year of college. I was studying for reservoir fluid flow, petroleum engineering. I had a test the next fucking morning. I remember I was in the engineering study hall by myself because I used to go in like empty rooms and study. She called me on FaceTime when I was studying for my exam. And she was acting all like, you could tell when the girl about to say something bad to you, but she trying to act happy. And she was like, yeah, it was fun, blah, blah, blah. But I just don't think this is going to work out anymore. I remember, bro, clear as day, I didn't argue with her. This was probably my proudest moment in my life, bro. I was shattered. I was heartbroken. She was like, I don't think this is going to work out anymore. I was like, okay, no problem, blah, blah, blah. And we hung up. I was fucking shattered, but I didn't beg the fucking girl. I didn't do nothing. I was so proud of myself. Looking back on that, I was extremely proud of myself for doing that. We hung up and I was, bro, for like months, I was heartbroken. And I remember my roommate at the time, bro, this dude, we're still good friends, but we haven't talked in a bit. But this man, bro, he helped me a lot, bro. He was like, man, fuck that bitch, man. He was like, man, he was like, bro, when this girl came here, because he was with my roommate when she came down. He was like, bro, when this girl came here, you did all this shit for her. You go to see her, and she making a big deal out of this. She's like, man, fuck her, man. So like, I'm so glad that he was there at that moment because he was like, bro, man, you gonna find a better girl, bro. That's how these girls are. He was a little older than me. And I'm so thankful for him, bro. My man, my dude, Dre. I'm so thankful for him because he kind of got me like, bro, he got me to like think logically, right? He got me to think logically of how it transpired to understand that, yo, you were not the person wrong here. Like, and that got me to open up about a few minutes. I was like, damn, bro, how can a girl encourage me to see something through and then be the one that pulls out? I was like, what the fuck? When things get hard, they're like, oh, fuck that. Obviously, because I'm guessing because I was broke, I didn't have no money. I couldn't pay for the Airbnb. It was challenging for her. It was just much easier for her to fuck with somebody in her state. She realized that when things got tough. And that's what I tell you guys about women. That 9 times out of 10, and this is not anything against girls, they're gonna do what is easier for them, right? But he got me, my homie Dre, he was like, bro, man, listen, bro. Basically like, bro, man, fuck that hoe. He was like, bro, fuck that hoe, man. You did all this shit for her, and like they don't think about what you invest, it's only what they do. So through that moment, I was still like heartbroken, bro. And I was like, fuck. Then I got on YouTube. When I got on YouTube, guys, that's when I found AMS. That's when I found Alpha Male Strategies. And like, I think he had just got on YouTube. The moment I got on YouTube looking up, like, I started to look up new shit to like understand girls. Cause I'm somebody, if I fuck up, I'm gonna try to be better. And when I got on YouTube then, and I was like, that's when I found AMS. And he's like, man, fuck these hoes asleep. I was like, hold up, bro. This man talking some shit right here, bro. And then I started listening to EMS a lot. And then I remember, right, when she called it off, it was in the beginning of the school year, right? I remember that's when I finally went to Columbia. After me and that girl broke up. We were never even dating. After she called shit off of me, that's when I went to Columbia. And when I went to Columbia, bro, I was still struggling with girls. And when I was struggling with girls, I was like, bro, this don't make no sense. These girls here are beautiful. I was kind of in the glee. And that's when I had stumbled upon taking nice photos. Because I was like, I'm not getting that much results on dating apps. What the fuck is going on? Keep in mind, though, a little backtrack. When I was in Chicago, when I met that girl, I was approaching a lot of girls. Like, I had approached hundreds of girls because I wanted to get good at the shit. That transferred over when I finally went to Columbia to go visit. And like, when I stumbled upon the photo aspect, taking nice photos, bro, with my confidence in talking to girls and the new photos I took, this was 2018, bro. 2018, 2017. No, this was 2017. That was the first time I went to Columbia. Man, I started to fuck a lot of girls. A lot, bro. When I stumbled upon the photo aspect, plus me already talking to a bunch of girls, I was like, hold the fuck up. I might have stumbled upon something. I went back to school after Christmas break, right? And that's when I was like, this was going into second semester of junior year. I started to lose hope in engineering. I was like, man, this can't be for me. I remember I had personal trained a couple of dudes that knew me on campus, and I was like, man, I gotta figure something out. Before even going into my senior year, that following summer, the second semester of junior year, that following summer, I spent the entire summer in Columbia. When I spent the entire summer in Columbia, I was offering personal training services to people on Facebook. That's when people started like, hey, yo, I want to be trained. I mean, I'm an expat in Columbia, et cetera, et cetera. And I started training people. I started getting paid. I remember the first 2 guy clients I had, right? One of the motherfuckers was a millionaire. And that shit opened my mind up. I was like, hold the fuck up. You're in Columbia. You're from Australia. You make $1 million a year. You're getting up whenever you want. I used to commute to go train this motherfucker. He would get up and I would train him in his in his like balcony area. I was like, this don't make no fucking sense. I'm going to fucking college to make $100,000 a year, and then this motherfucker waking up whenever he tell me that he's ready, and I'm coming to train him, and I'm getting paid to do this. Hold up. That's when my mind started to open up. Train that dude. It was 2 dudes. I remember their names. One of them was a millionaire. One of them was doing well. The other one I'm in contact with today. The dude that was a millionaire he started getting me into like content creation. And he was telling me how to like make videos to put myself out there. And I was like, hold the fuck up. Something ain't right. There's no way this dude is that smart where I can't figure this shit out myself. Cause I'm like, bro, I'm in fucking engineering, bro. How the fuck am I got a brain. I know how to pass tests a little bit. I can figure this shit out myself. So I expanded my personal training business thanks to him. I started making better videos. And in that same time, I decided, okay, I was starting to fuck a lot of girls because I had decent photos and I could talk to girls very well. Like my in-person game with girls was so good because I'd approached so many fucking girls. And then I started to make YouTube videos, but I sucked at them. Right? I sucked at the YouTube videos, suck. And then I remember, bro, this was like God. I swear to fucking God. This was like God, right? I remember it was this one dude. I made like 4 or 5 videos and I had stopped for a while. This one dude like left me a comment. He was like, bro, don't stop, bro. Keep making videos. I don't remember who this fucking dude was. This was back in like 2019, 2018. He was like, bro, keep coming with the videos. And that, I don't know, that message just hit me, bro. I was like, bro, there's something telling me to do this shit, bro. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna just go full throttle. That's when I just went ham on YouTube, started making more videos. And in the same time, like, here you motherfuckers go. Right? Started making more videos. I got better at making content. And I was still doing personal training at the time. And then that's when COVID hit. I swear to God, the month before everything shut down, I was in Colombia. 2020, the month before everything shut down, that's when I had fully gone, I had gone all remote. I was like, okay, I'm making enough now from Patreon. You know, that's when I had Patreon. COVID hits. I was like, oh, wow. The month I'm leaving, COVID hits. We're in lockdown, and Patreon bans me. Patreon bans me because I was a fucking idiot, and I posted this girl who stole from me on Patreon, and they claimed that was blackmail. They deleted my account. I was like, oh my God, I'm dead. Patreon bans me. The gyms, I couldn't go run back to the gym because we was in COVID. Everything was shut down. That's when I went fucking ham. I started posting more and more videos. I got on TikTok. I created Buy Me a Coffee. That's my new exclusive content site now. And fast forward, I got better at content, and here I am. And that's how I went from loser to now. All right. And obviously, guys, I've gotten better and better and better as who I am. In the last, what is this? That time period I just explained to you guys, 2014 to today. So that was that's been the last 10 years. From when I started this story I just told y'all, that was 10 years ago. 10 years today. From high school to today. And that's how I am. That's my story. I've never told a story before. Here it is. That's it. That was my journey, guys, from loser to the guy I am today. And it was a lot of self-discovery, bro. A lot of not feeling sorry for myself, not getting down, having the right people in my corner to uplift me, having the right support. So I think those things are super important. And I'm glad that I now get to help as many guys as possible become better. Okay? So that's how I got it here. I sucked for a while, guys. I sucked for a long time with all areas of my life before I started to really, really dial in and get better. So that's why I can sit up here and tell you guys, hey, this is how you can do this shit. This is how you can change. This is why this behavior is not suited for you. This is why this is good for you. This is why that is good for you. This is why this is not good for you. All right. So yeah, that's my story. From loser to FITXFEARLESS today. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I can tell you guys are enjoying it because there's 500 people watching. Let's go to the first fucking caller. All you guys in the chat, turn on your camera. Turn on your camera. Let me post the link one more time. So yeah, guys, that's my story. I did not wake up out of my fucking bed and was good with women. I sucked for a long time. And I can tell you exactly what I did in every moment to get better. I have a photographic memory. It's something I'm extremely proud of. And I remember everything I did, every fuck up I had. And I can teach you motherfuckers. Okay.